Can you all hear me okay? Garrett, can you hear me?
A couple minutes as people trickle in. So just bear with me and we'll get started shortly after 5. Okay, guys, so unfortunately, we are not at quorum right now. So me and Brenna are going to be texting some people because we're just kind of right there. So we're going to try to do that so we can have quorum and make this an official meeting. So just bear with us for another moment.
Hey, Nathan, in the meantime, is it okay if Francis goes ahead and speaks for Francisco?
Sorry, I was like trying to turn the YouTube
You're
video
good.
off. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. Actually, Emily Thurman just joined and we were at 14 and we needed 15, I believe, right, Brenna? So Brenna, if you want to tell me yes or no, because I think at that point, I think we have quorum to go ahead and get started.
We have quorum now that she's joined.
Okay. So of course, with that, the meeting is now called to order. And we'll first start off, of course, with roll call. Brenna's doing that. Approval of last week's meeting minutes. I'm just going to assume unanimous consent unless someone wants to raise their hand or voice a concern with the approval of the meeting minutes. I'm not seeing anyone's hands or anything in the chat, so I'm just going to assume that they're approved. So moving forward, we'll go into officer reports. Will Harris, and I'm assuming you want to use Francis as a guest speaker as well.
Yes. So before I begin with anything in my report, I wanted to introduce a dear friend of mine. Francis Wilson is here to speak on behalf of Francisco Serrano, who is running for city commissioner here in Bowling Green. Francis is Francisco's campaign manager and asked if he could come speak at the meeting today. So I would like to give Francis the floor and all of you to give Francis undivided attention while Francis gives this report and speaks to you all. This is a flash in the past for any of you all that are new to SGA. Francis used to always come and speak at SGA no matter the day. So it's very good to see Francis back in the virtual Senate chamber. So Francis, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me a minute to speak. And of course, lots of familiar faces: Garrett, Bridget, Matt, Lilia, Milan. Nice to see everybody. So I am Francis Wilson. I graduated 2019 from WKU, and of course, I was a part of SGA and in and out of doing projects and stuff. So happy to be here. Thanks for listening. So, I know a lot of you are engaged in your own SGA elections right now, which is tight. Get at it. Obviously, 2020 is a big year for elections, but it's also a really big year for local stuff too. A lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now in the 2020 election with police, racism, a lot of funding efforts. It's really the local level that a lot of that stuff can be passed and can be thought about in a more tangible way. So hopefully, it's National Voter Registration Day. Hopefully you're registered to vote. And if you're registered to vote in Bowling Green and are interested in getting involved in a local campaign or donating or spending a couple hours volunteering, Francisco Serrano, a good friend of mine, is the youngest to ever run for city commission in Bowling Green and the first Latino if he won. And he's 25 years old. He's a BG local. He grew up in the projects here, and now he's running for office. And he's a frontline health worker fighting a pandemic right now. And he's a full-time Hilltopper too. So he's got a lot going for him. We are the only campaign to release any policy plans. 6-page policy documents are already uploaded. We're doing heavy research on local policy. We out fundraise 8 of the 9 candidates. This is a big deal because all of them are incumbents or have run multiple times. We're talking about 35 and 40-year-olds who have run multiple times. And we have a historic donor count, grassroots donors 250 plus, which is crazy on a local level. And we have the biggest Facebook following ever achieved on the city level in this area, South Central Kentucky, which is tight. So we are mobilizing a lot of efforts right now. We have postcards, signs. You've probably seen our Francisco signs everywhere. Started from the bottom. Youngest and first Latino. We have a lot of bold signs everywhere around Bowling Green. And we're also selling and shooting out shirts too. If you want to be a part of something really interesting, you want to put something on your resume, or if you need like credits for volunteering with your fraternity or sorority, political science or communication credits, we will sign any document as long as you show up regularly. So we are definitely willing to give you credit or opportunity to grow and put something on your resume. We are a robust team and we got our shit together and it's awesome. So franciscoforbg.com is where you sign up, franciscoforbg.com. You can check us out on Facebook, same thing, Francisco for BG. And you can find me anywhere on social media, Francis Wilson. But clap if you're interested in helping so I can see if anybody's down. Like the little, okay. I meant the emoji, but like physical clap is cute too. Thanks, guys. Okay, great. Well, go right now, just open up a tab so you can do it later, franciscoforbg.com. And then there's a little volunteer button, press it and then fill it out quickly. And then I'll reach out to you through text and Google Calendar invite. But, you know, we're gonna make history. Like this is big history. He's gonna be the youngest Latino elected in Kentucky, possibly in the South. So this is a big deal and we're gonna tear it up. So we'd love your help. But anyway, good luck with your elections. Thank you, Will, for having me. Good luck with your transition and stuff. That's gonna be chaotic. Anyway, have fun, guys, and franciscoforbg.com. Thank you.
All right, for the rest of my report, I just wanted to quickly thank Francis, who just peaced out. And then for the rest of my report, I wanted to kind of give you all an update as far as elections go. As you know, elections are next Monday and Tuesday, the 28th and 29th. And we're working on a way to virtualize the results. I'm working hand in hand in tandem with Isaac to kind of help make this as smooth as possible. I wanted to say that we have the highest turnout ever for Senate, and this is going to be an absolutely massive election. I have never in my 4 years in SGA seen near the numbers that we have received so far on these Google Forms. And I see a few faces on the screen right now, people that have, for the first time decided to run for SGA and are joining these meetings. So it's great to see all those new faces that are going to be taking over in SGA. And I really wanted to just, everybody that's running a campaign again this year, wanted to congratulate you all on that. And please, if you have questions about anything at all, I'm here to help. Obviously, I'm not running for another campaign. I'm done with campaigning in SGA, so I'm here to help in any way that I can. So if you have questions, email me, call me, text me, whatever it is that you need, and I'm more than happy to help out. As far as updates and everything like that goes for president duties, our COVID committee was canceled for this week. Still the same report as last week, no indications that we'll be moving online anytime soon. I did want to really spotlight the announcement that the university made last week. If you did not see that, we are offering what is now called the Hilltopper Guarantee. So that means that any student starting in the fall of 21, any freshman student that is Pell Grant recipient will be guaranteed tuition fully covered through the university. So that is a huge step in the right direction for making college more accessible for students here in Kentucky. The only requirement that is required is at least a 3.0 GPA, and they have to maintain the requirements that are listed online, with more of those to come out later, I think. And so this is a huge step in the right direction for our university. Last year we changed the merit-based scholarships, and that increased scholarships to about 78% of students receiving scholarships through the university. And this is just another step in the right direction for our university to take. So that's huge news. If you saw that, if you're on social media at all, I guarantee you saw that because it has absolutely blown up. And just continuing on that track, making college more accessible for all Kentuckians and everyone in general is the main goal right now. And like I said, please reach out if you have questions about that or any of those policies that we have ongoing. Other than that, I will see you all next Tuesday. Feel free to ask any questions. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna keep saying that, but keep asking questions if you have them. I'm more than happy to answer in any way I can. Other than that, y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, President Harris. We'll move on to Executive Vice President Garrett Edmonds.
All right, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's staying safe and doing well. Just a real quick update. Because of COVID, the hammock project got postponed over the summer, but those hammock areas will be erected this Monday coming up. The poles are in, construction is about to start. So I'm hoping to have a photo shoot for the SGA PR out there by the hammock areas that are coming up. The spots where the hammocks are going is in the Valley, Centennial Mall, and South Lawn underneath the trees in that area. So it's some very exciting news. Happy to get that project done. And something that came up with that project was our outgoing Vice President of Enrollment and Student Experience, Brian Kuster, dedicated $5,000 from his office to that project, making it a $10,000 project, which allowed us to do a little more than just a few. We now will have 3 hammock areas at each site. So very excited about that. Give students the opportunity to come together, create that family dynamic that we all want here at WKU. So great things coming there. The other thing, I had a Student Life Foundation board meeting this morning at 7 a.m. Early meeting, but got to go over some really interesting things, especially regarding the quarantine dorm at Barnes. So I just want to touch on a few things because I've been hearing some misinformation going around out there about the quarantine dorm. And so I just want to go over that. The number, and if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at this PowerPoint presentation, so I'll make sure I have all the numbers right. The number of students who have been in the quarantine dorm is 234 students. And of those 234 students, 1,273 meals have been dispersed to those students. And I touched on today with the leaders that are handling all this there that even if a student runs out of meal plan dollars or meal swipes for the week, they are still guaranteed a meal each day. They have handed out 200 plus N95 masks, and 326 quarantine spaces are what we have available in that dorm, and the average stay for students under quarantine is 12 days. So I've been hearing some misinformation going around about that. Just wanted to clarify a bunch of that. Please be sure to tell your friends that may be worried about things going on in that area of campus, but just keep those students in your thoughts, and let's continue to promote a healthy campus and a safe campus. Thank you all. That's all I got for my report.
Thank you, Executive Vice President Edmonds. We will now move on to our report for Administrative Vice President Keenan McConovich, but I don't know if either one of you guys have a report or anything you want to add. If not, we can move forward. Okay, we'll go into Acting Chief of Staff, Matt Barr.
I don't have anything to add this week. Good luck to everyone in their re-election campaigns. Obviously, I'm not running for re-election, but I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you. Up next, we'll have Director of PR, Ashlyn Evans.
All right, so as we know that the applications for, doing your campaign, all that, sorry, just lost my thought. Anyway, that closes tonight at 11:59. So if you guys want to take that link and just spam your social medias with it, share a graphic, do all that, get it out there. And then other than that, if y'all are running a campaign, then I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, next we'll have Director of Information Technology, Paul Brodsky.
No report.
Okay, and then we're gonna have me, sorry, or Academic and Student Affairs, sorry, Abby Norval. I knew I was skipping someone.
Hey y'all, so I don't have much to report on today. I just wanted to say I hope everyone's classes are going well, and just wanted to say that priority registration for classes next semester starts on October 19th. So I think they've pushed that up a little bit, and I know I have the registration hold on my top net, so you can go ahead and start scheduling those appointments with your advisors. And also in terms of Earn a Computer, Surplus was really excited to do that with us this past semester, this past year, and that's something they'd like to continue in the future. So, and that's all.
Okay, for me, there's really nothing else that I have. Once again, if you're interested in running for speaker, please reach out to me. My goal kind of for tonight after this meeting is to wrap up that training packet. So I kind of just plan on sending that out to you guys, and then Brenna will be getting hers to me by the end of this week as well. So she'll be shooting that out. So if you're interested in that position as secretary, she can always be there to answer your questions. Other than that, I'll turn it over to our Secretary of the Senate, Brenna Matthews.
Hi guys, I hope your elections are going well. If you're running for re-election, anything like that, I hope you are taking advantage of this opportunity to once again serve the legislative body of WKU. Like Nathan said, if you have any questions about becoming Secretary of the Senate, reach out to me. It's not a hard job. It's not a huge time commitment. It's been really fun being able to watch legislation go through this student body. So it's a really great way to get involved further in SGA. So just let me know if you have any questions about that.
Okay, so obviously we changed the format to go into breakout rooms for committee reports, seeing as elections are next week, and we've already met and kind of touched base with all committees. We don't even have full committees. I'm just gonna, for the sake of efficiency, just ask if there's any committee that needs to make a report or announcement to kind of raise your hand. And I see you, Bridget, so I'll throw it over to you for the first one.
Okay, so this is going to be, I'm running for re-election, but I'm not going to be applying for PR chair. So this is my last report as PR chair. All I wanted to say is one, it's National Voter Registration Day. I hope you all are registered. If not, go register. My committee talked about one of the things we talked about last week is doing that this year we want to do some voter registration drives before October 5th, and some get out the vote stuff, as well as our other PR duties. I am very excited to see new faces. I'm excited for this upcoming election. Good luck to everyone. And that is my final report.
Thank you so much for your service and time. So we'll of course miss you. Are there any other committee chairs that would like to just say something before we kind of head into elections and committee transition, or is this time to say anything? Okay, so moving forward, we'll go into special reports with university committee reports. I'll just say my tidbit really quick. If you have any concerns, just kind of about your academics situation, how you're learning in your classrooms, operating in your classrooms and on campus. I meet with Academic Affairs Restart Committee on Wednesday to discuss the spring semester. So if you guys would like to send your suggestions to me, I'll more than willingly share that with them. Other than that, are there any other university committee reports that need to be made?
Yeah, kind of just,
yeah, we'll go with Will, and then I'll go to you, Bridget.
Kind of to just echo what you said, Nathan, the Student COVID Task Force Committee, which is different than the other COVID Task Force Committee, is meeting tomorrow also. And one of the things that we're kind of discussing is individual students and how we handle those situations differently than student organizations. So, I mean, really the big thing is having student feedback and student input. You know, all the decisions that are being made have student feedback on that, but the more student feedback that they get, the better and the more sound decision-making process can be. So if you all have anything concerns wise outside of academics, if it's academics, talk to Nathan. If it's student life, student organizations, or just you as an individual student concern, please feel free to let me know. That way I can pass those on in our meeting tomorrow.
Okay, and we'll throw it over to you, Bridget, if you want to give your report.
Okay, so yeah, I'm on the Student Research Council. We have decided we were mostly debating. I think we've pretty much decided that we are going to do a virtual, plan for a completely virtual conference next spring. And we basically just divide it up into subcommittees because we don't really foresee the COVID situation really changing. So yeah, it's a virtual conference. I should have just wrapped that into my other report, but oops, sorry.
No worries. So I'll just say it one more time as blanket statement. I don't think there are any other university committee reports. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so we'll go into judicial council report. I don't think I saw Isaac join on here, but does anyone have a report for the judicial council? Okay, also note, please check your email. They did have their first meeting and they sent out meeting minutes. So just look at those if you have a chance. Moving forward, we've already kind of had our guest speakers. I don't think that we have any guest speakers left. But for student speakers, are there any student speakers? Okay, I don't think I saw any join or see anyone trying to talk, so I'll just move forward. With unfinished business, there's nothing there. I guess I'd say traditionally the task force or the report that me and Milan had kind of discussed is obviously now on the stage. We're working with the DI committee with the university, and we're also going to start trying to drop those into pieces of legislation. So that'll be more of a concern for the future Senate, but I just wanted to throw that update in there so you guys didn't think it just didn't go anywhere. Now it's going to more of a editing stage. So that's where we're at with that one. Once again, I highly encourage you to read over that, to send your responses, your opinions, and how you want to see that altered, because at the end of the day, the more voices, the better of a report it'll be. New business, there's obviously nothing in there for us to work on for new business. So I'll just turn it over to announcements. Are there any announcements? I think I see Garrett, and I'll throw it on to you.
Everyone, I just wanted to let you all know the Herald has scheduled the SGA candidate debate in the DSU auditorium at 7:30 p.m. Thursday, September 24th. There's going to be limited seating, and it's going to be on a first come, first served basis to attend this event in person. And if you go to their Instagram, and I think we shared it on SGA's story, Instagram story, I'm sorry, there is going to be a link that comes out for the watch live or via Zoom. So please tune into that. Please go out to it. It's always a great thing that the Herald does for us. So please be sure to keep an eye out for that.
Okay, and then, yeah, okay, Bridget, then you too.
Okay, so if you are interested in volunteering with your poll, like to work at polls, let me know, DM me. I am an intern with the McGrath campaign, but we are looking for nonpartisan interns. So not interns, poll workers. So if you need service hours on election day, because mostly the people who run polls are older and they're at high risk. So we're looking to find young volunteers. So if you're interested in that, let me know.
Cool. Okay, President Harris.
I just wanted to quickly say, for anybody in here that has any questions about SGA, I'm going to stay after the meeting. So if any of you all want to stay after, ask any questions or anything like that, feel free to stay, and I'm more than happy to answer those. Any senators or anyone that wants to stay after, you can also stay if you'd like.
Okay, I don't think I see anyone else trying to make an announcement. I wish everyone who's running the best of luck in your campaigns. And I'm gonna head off here. Wait, we have to adjourn. Sorry. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn? Someone want to throw up the raised hand? Okay, I see raised hand. Is there a second? Someone throw a hand up. Okay, I'll see unanimous consent, and the Senate meeting has now been adjourned.
Hey, Will, I had a question.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. I'm in DSU